Ferticlay started based on my own passion and interest in sustainable architecture and design. So that's what I studied in school. But I found that a lot of materials that we use for construction are very toxic, they're not really recyclable, and I was very interested in traditional earthen building. So that's what got me experimenting with different clay recipes to see whether we could turn our local clay mixed with food waste into an alternative building material. Modeling after traditional earthen building, that recipe comprises of clay, rice husk, straw, and while we don't have rice husk produced as a secondary waste here, we do have eggshells and coffee grounds, which mixed with the clay produces a 4 times stronger material compared to just raw clay. We actually turn that into different kinds of products from homeware all the way to building materials like bricks and wall tiles. We utilize natural air drying for our clay. We really worked the recipe to be able to air dry naturally. So that already significantly reduces our energy outputs. Normally also we don't even turn on the lights. We utilize natural daylight in our studio and even at home, I would say. And I think just being mindful about how often you are using appliances when you can naturally air dry things, for example, is something that I'm very mindful about. Something that we faced at the start was definitely lack of space. So I was doing everything out of my home. I was trying to squat in my other friends' studios to just have a place to filter my clay and also to just be able to do things with the clay. Thankfully, now we are moved into Vidacity. With the help of networking efforts, I managed to meet the right people that introduced me to this space as well. I was quite familiar with the concept of adaptive reuse. So knowing that this was a very old primary school that they were now trying to give a second life to was very intriguing to me. I already know how damaging and pollutive the construction industry is, and to break down a building and build it up to something new again seems kind of contradictory if you want to build a sustainability hub. So that's why I felt that this was a very smart idea. And I also really like the community that's around here, whether it's the startups themselves that are housed here, and also interacting with the residents in this area. We do a lot of workshops with students all the way to seniors. We thereby help to instill this idea and this notion that our waste materials are not actually waste. So that physical and very creative way of interacting with our waste is something that we believe there's a lot of value in. I would encourage people to look at the second life of everyday objects around them. In this building itself, we are giving this building a second life, right, by turning it into this sustainability hub. And for us at Ferticlay, we're giving our food waste and our local clay a second life by turning that into beautiful and functional products. So I would say before you discard something, look at it and think a little bit harder, be more mindful about what it's been used for and what else it can turn into. And I think that will significantly reduce the amount of waste that we produce, and also just unlock that creative nature that all of us actually have, and to always take inspiration from nature, because I think that's something that we always have at our disposal. It's just whether or not we want to tap into that to be creatively charged and then therefore be inspired to live more sustainably.